On Sunday, Dan Pfeiffer said that one thing Republicans do when they lack an agenda is try to, I'm quoting him directly, try to drag Washington into a swamp of partisan fishing expeditions, trumped-up hearings, and false allegations. Can you describe what he's talking about?
I think we have a history here already for the past several years of attempts by Republicans to politicize
Is anything that's
matters.
looked into now fall into that category, in your opinion, the White House opinion?
In which issue?
I'm asking you, do you have anything that's happening
I would
now
say,
swirling
and I would
around
repeat again, that
falls
the
into any of
Republican
these
obsession
categories?
with the talking points surrounding Benghazi
fall into
is
this
provably and demonstrably political, and has focused on talking points instead of the tragedy that happened in Benghazi, the need to find those responsible for the deaths of 4 Americans and hold them to justice, and the need to take action to ensure that what happened in Benghazi doesn't happen again, which is why you heard the President call on Congress to take action to provide the funds necessary to enhance our security around our embassies around the world. On this, I think you have seen, I'm not going to catalog some of the more outlandish statements that we've seen from some Republicans on this matter on the IRS, but it is absolutely the case that there have been Republicans who have, tried to politicize this right away and tried to turn it into a partisan issue. But the President, from the moment he found out what the results of this inquiry were, was absolutely clear about how outraged he was by the conduct, how absolutely unacceptable the conduct was, and his insistence that people be held accountable for that conduct. And I think that that was reflected in what Dan Pfeiffer said on Sunday and what the President has said on the times that he's spoken about this.
Does congressional curiosity about the Department of Justice dealing with the AP situation fall into that category?
Not that I've seen yet. I think that these are matters in terms of specific investigations that appropriately we can't comment on. But that doesn't mean that there aren't legitimate questions that are asked by Congress or other parties on matters like this.
The questions raised about HHS Secretary Sebelius and her efforts to raise funds through the private sector for Enroll Now fall into that category?
We could go down the list of questions. We could say, what about the President's birth certificate? Was that legitimate? What about some of the...
I'm not asking about that. I'm just asking about that's the last one I'm asking about.
Okay. I am sure that, as is the case with, I can answer your question about that matter and the precedent for what Secretary Sebelius...